What's good? What's good? I'm DJ Mo Wilks, and welcome to Studio 889. It's not very often I can actually have royalty, if not in the building, on the air, as well as online, and I'm already feeling the energy through the phone. I have royalty, like I said, in the building, 3 decades in the music game. First gaining fame with the band Square One in the late 80s and has been a prominent figure in the music scene ever since. She's scheduled to be featured, a featured artist at this year's Boston Jerk Fest near Harvard Stadium. In case you didn't know, it's the 12th annual Boston Jerk Fest, a 2 day outdoor Caribbean style foodie festival that features Jamaican jerk spice foods and all things spicy and hot. And it's going on Friday the 11th, Saturday the 12th over at Harvard Athletic Complex, 145 North Harvard Street in Allston. And so, representing the 246, BIM Rock, representing Barbados, and all that good stuff. Welcome to Studio 889, the Roll It Gal, the Queen of Soca, Alison Hinds. Do you
I love that intro.
No, thank you. Thank you. I mean, like I was saying before we started, my background on my father's and my mother's side is from Barbados. And so, out of all the interviews that I've done or could get, this is probably the one that they're going to most be proud of, this one with you.
Aw. Aw, that is so sweet. That is so sweet. I love to hear that. I really do. Yeah, man. I am here in Boston. I haven't been here for a little bit, but happy to be here, if only for a very short trip, because as you know, Cropover is in full swing
Yes.
in Barbados right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I just hopped out to come and be a part for the first time of the Boston Jerk Fest, and then hop back home because I have a show tomorrow night in Barbados.
Oh, my gosh.
So,
You like to jump around,
so
man.
yeah, man. Yeah. No, I am very, very thankful. It has been busy. I can honestly say that I am booked and busy. So I'm very, very thankful for that.
Now, do you like to be referred to as queen or you're a doctor? I mean, you have a doctor of letters. What should we introduce you as? Queen, doctor, or her excellency?
Any of those things. Anyone. Anything. Everything works.
Okay, everything works
Or you can
good.
just call me Allison.
Oh.
It's quite fine.
Oh, all right, very cool. Well, Allison,
Yeah.
if I may, for those who don't know your journey, to quote one of your songs, "Born with It." Were you born with it? As far as the music, what was your first impression? What got you into doing what you do in terms of soca and great music? Educate the massive.
Music has always been a part of my life. Being British born and growing up in England initially, I was a very British child. I was honestly not exposed to very little Caribbean music growing up. Even I was born to Bajan parents, but where I lived and so on, there wasn't a lot of Caribbean influence. I lived in an area that was, majority white, went to school, majority white. So the music I was into was British rock and alternative and pop and, all of these things. I was into a lot of British bands at the time. So, but music was always a part of my life, period. As a kid coming up, music was always, I could always sing. I was in the choir when I was at primary school in England. So I always loved to sing. I always loved music in some form or fashion. It was only when I moved to Barbados, when my parents split up, is when my mom took me with her to Barbados, and I was then exposed to Caribbean music, to real Caribbean music, to soca, calypso, reggae, dancehall, all the different things. And then later in life, zouk,
Yes,
compa,
yes.
all of that. So music was always a part of my life, definitely. And from a kid, my dream was to become an internationally known singer, artist, performer. That was like my main dream. And to have had the opportunity to actually realize that dream is an amazing, amazing thing. Okay, and I actually had the opportunity just before I came for the Jerk Fest to speak at a graduation. It was a graduation for a primary school, 11-year-olds getting ready to go into secondary school or high school. I
Hmm.
think that would be here. And their theme was Dream Big. And so it was really appropriate for me to be able to talk about what my reality has been, and that they're at the point where whatever dreams they have, that they can really realize those dreams if they're willing to put in the work and the commitment and go forward. So I really like to talk about that to especially young people, to kind of let them know that, hey, you can realize your dreams. You got to put in that work and be really fully committed to it.
Well said. Was there an influence to you? I mean, you said you sang in the choir, but you didn't necessarily see a another soca person before you that was a female that was doing the music that you were doing. Who did you emulate? Who did you say, okay, I'm going to jump in it because I see so and so?
Honestly, there weren't, as you said, there weren't any females that were in soca in
Hmm.
particular. In calypso, yes.
Hmm.
In calypso, there was Singing Sandra and
Yeah.
Denise Plummer. May they both rest in peace.
Hmm.
They were doing their thing. They were really trailblazers. And then before them would have been, of course, and they were from Trinidad. There
Hmm.
wasn't
Hmm.
anybody really in Barbados
Betas. Hmm.
that I could say that I could look to. I really had to look at the men in soca and calypso, and I looked at the way that they performed and the command that they took of the audience and the way that they really did what they did. And so at the time, being in Square One and all of us kind of growing together, that's who I had to look to. I had to look to my male counterparts and say, well, okay, this is what they're doing. This is and I had two people in my corner. I had Anderson Armstrong, who was young blood at the time.
Hmm.
He was one of the people that was instrumental in kind of helping me to start to break out of my shyness, because I was really, really shy as a kid and a teenager coming up, extremely shy. And then Terry Mexican Arthur, he came into the band a little bit later, and he really was the person that then continued and helped me to really develop as an artist, to get over my shyness, to build my confidence. He was the person that was my mentor and really pushed me, produced my vocals, like did all of those things. So I didn't do this by myself. This was
Okay.
not something that happened in a vacuum. I had people who were there to help to push me, to help to mold me, and to get me to get out there and be the artist that people see now. And they're still very much in my life in different ways, but they're still there.
Big up to both of them. Big up to yourself, of course, to tell
Yes,
us a little bit about the secret to your success and longevity. Did you ever think
yes.
you'd be doing it for like at least 30 years?
I did not. I didn't know what was going to happen. To be honest, I. That's what you want.
Hmm.
You want to be. You want to have a long career. You want to have a career to
Yeah.
begin with, but you want it to be lengthy, and you want to be able to. So I could not have foreseen that what I have done or what I have achieved would be this, would become this, that I would have songs that have become classics, that almost 40 years into the game, that I'm still relevant and still touring and still headlining. And that is an amazing, amazing thing. But I have to also give tribute to my mom, because she was the person before anybody knew that there was an Alison Hinds, before anybody knew there was a Square One, that when I first joined the band, she allowed me to be able to not only join the band, but to be able to fully pursue and put in all the time that I needed to. She never gave, there was no caveat. It wasn't like, well, if something don't happen within the next year,
Yeah.
then you have to go and do so and so and so.
Right.
She was like, Alison, she knows from a kid I was always coming home singing some song all the time, all the time. and she would always make the time to listen to me. And then when I came to her at 17 years old, when I think about it, 17 years old, and she gave me that permission. People told her, oh my gosh, how can you let your daughter go into a band and it's drugs and it's this and it's that? And my mother told them, she was like, listen, I know my child. I raised her. I know that she's going to go into this and do to the best of her ability. So she met the guys. She met the guys in the band.
Yep.
She let them know what
Yeah.
the expectation was, that they had to take care of her daughter because I was the only girl.
Mm.
And they took that and they made sure that they looked out and looked after me for all those years that I was with the band. So I have to first and foremost give her big ups because she was my biggest fan before I had fans.
Big up
And
to
so
Mom.
I am thankful, truly, truly thankful to my mother for allowing me to be able to just have full reign to pursue and be able to become the Queen of Soca.
Big up to Mom. Big up to Mom.
Always.
And so you got that confidence, you got that development. You've seen the state of soca music over the years. Do you like the current state of soca? I mean, I know that there are a lot more female artists from Trinidad than there are in Barbados. What does the current state of soca music for females look like to you?
Of course, there's always room. There's always room for more females in the business because it's still very much male dominated. And I'm doing my best to make sure that especially in Barbados, that I help to mentor, because there's actually a lot of girls, a lot of young ladies that are in soca in Barbados. They haven't been exposed to the outside market as yet. So people don't know that they're there, but they're working. And I am helping in whatever ways that I can through my celebrity, through my influence, and through the experience that I have, helping to guide them, to give them whatever advice I can, point them in the right direction. And there are a lot, because some of the girls, there is Faith Calendar is one who she is starting to kind of come outside. There are a couple of people that know her name, but she's still quite new. There's also Tion Hernandez, she's small in stature, but she is huge in performance and in presence. She is another one that's on, that's out there developing. There's also Bria Lane. She is a really good singer-songwriter, really nice performer. There's Sugary. There's another young lady by the name of Summer. There's quite a few females who are really working hard to build a name for themselves and then to get their music outside of Barbados. So that's what I am helping with them. I'm helping them to be able to, get certain things together, because it's more than just having a great song. An artist, it's image, it's, understanding copyright and
publishing, yes.
Intellectual properties, and if you're writing and arranging and doing all of these things, the financial side of it, managing all of that, understanding contracts and all these things. All of these things are things that artists need to know. And then also being able to invest your money, making sure that they have, start your pension plans and all these things from now, health insurance, life insurance. Like, there's so many things that were not taught to us when we were young as artists coming up. Those things I had to learn about. So I want to be able to give them a head start, not just the females, but also the males in the business, to understand, if you're making money, manage it, put it in places, invest it, do different things so that you put yourself in a really good space.
In a better place going forward. Sounds like you're giving back, from all the accolades and things that you've actually been able to acquire. It's nice to see that you're returning that favor to the young ones that are coming up right now.
Absolutely, absolutely. Because it's important. It is important that we reach out. Because I don't like to say reaching back. I like to say reaching out because
Reaching
we're
out.
reaching out to them and helping them to come along. It's not. There are the elements out there who see maybe people in my era and they're like, oh, they need to sit down and the ageism and that kind of stuff.
Hmm.
And it's like, thank goodness they're in the minority. They're in the minority because at the end of the day, it's not about us moving to the side to let young people through. The young people have to create their own niche, create your own path, cut your own way.
Hmm.
But we are here to assist.
Assist. I
We
like
are
that.
here to help you to create that space for yourself because there's more than enough room for everybody. So there's no need. I am here. I always say part of why I'm here is to show the young artists, listen, don't think that because you're older that all of a sudden you got that you're not, you're no longer relevant or you can't do or you can't be. Because when I step up on a stage, I stepping up on a stage to destroy.
Mm.
I am not coming. I ain't gonna give you a break. I ain't gonna be like, well, so and so coming after me, so I gotta be easy. Nope, nope. You gotta be able to step to the plate. You have to be able that if you gotta follow somebody like myself, an Edwin Yearwood, a Machelle, a Bungie,
Mm. Bunting Island,
a
yes.
Rupee,
Rupee,
you
yes.
know, you want to be able to step up to their level, not for us to be able to kind of give you a ease. You gotta work for it. We had to work for it. You have to work for it. But we willing to help you along the way.
Talking with the queen of soca, the queen of soca, Alison Hinds. And so you have some projects underway in terms of music. You got some stuff you're going to actually be doing after you literally leave here. You're going to be going down to Cropover, right?
Exactly, exactly. Cropover is in full swing right now in Barbados. When I leave here, I'm heading back home and I have a show that same night that I land in the afternoon. I have a show that night. Um, but I have some new releases out as well for the Cropover season. I have a collaboration with an artist by the name of Mikey Mercer. He has been quite consistent within Barbados and the Barbadian diaspora. Really nice performer. I've watched him grow and develop and become a really strong performer. The song that we have together is a song called Show Me Love. It's up on YouTube. It's on all of the streaming platforms. So you can look for Show Me Love. It's a power track. It's for the road. It is that kind of energy. I also have a song on a rhythm called the Full Mood Rhythm. It is from Hyper Sounds. He built the rhythm, and it's myself is on it. Hyper Sounds is on it. Skinny Fabulous, and an artist from Barbados called Jordan English. We are on this rhythm, the Full Mood Rhythm. My song is called Smile. Of course, the title says everything. It's really about, don't let nobody take your joy. Don't let nobody, take that away from you. Let's smile. Today is a happy day, and we smiling. So that's what the song is. And then I have another track that came out from Monsterpiece, who I would have produced with for many, many years, Peter Coppin and Terry Arthur. Peter would have done songs like Top Class Bubbler, DJ Ride, those songs, those really dance hall, those
Hmm.
kind of vibes. And this song is called Baddie Walk. It's for the girls. It is a walk up stink kind of song.
All
It is
right.
that
Nothing wrong with
kind
that.
of
I can walk
song.
up. I can watch you
For the
walk up too.
girls.
That's good. I mean, you gave us a little taste, but what can revelers, concert goers expect when they actually experience, when they see an Alison Hinds show? You kind of gave us a taste, but kind of like paint a picture of what people are going to be able to see tonight.
Oh, it's going to be a vibe. It's going to be a whole vibe and energy. I cannot wait. It's going to be some of the new stuff. It's going to be the classics. It's going to be a whole mix of, there's going to be some sing-along sessions because, people want to hear the songs like Bazo D and Ay 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 and
Yes.
Faluma and all of that
Oh,
songs.
yes.
So I'm going to be doing all of those songs and the new stuff as well, and getting people into the vibes for what's happening in Crop Over right now.
Hmm.
And, and we're just going to have a great time. So make sure and bring your rag, your flag, represent your country,
Oh, they
because
will.
you know how we
Oh,
do.
there will be
You know how
flags.
we do.
Yes. Chopping it up with Alison Hinds. Dance music in general, Afrobeat specifically, and Caribbean style rhythms are kind of back in fashion. I mean, they really never left soca, but they're kind of like, globally now more the thing. I was actually listening to a lot of your music just, before preparing for the interview, and I'm thinking Faluma, which you did over like 10 years ago, has like that kind of already, it had it as far as the African influence rhythm, by the way. What do you think about the current global reach of Afro beats in music today? I mean, because some of the stuff that is soca's already been kind of doing. You've been doing that for a minute, but now the kind of the world's caught up.
Yeah, Afrobeats is
Not
it's
to
an
put it down, I'm
energy,
just saying
man.
that it's interesting that you are, have been doing it.
Right. Yes. Yeah, and Faluma is one of those songs that people ask me was my biggest song. In terms of reach, Roll It Gal is my biggest song for sure. That went everywhere. Africa, Asia, Latin America, that. But Faluma has touched some places that is crazy. Faluma is known in Africa. It's known on the continent. When I went to Ghana, I found out that it's actually in one of the Nollywood movies as
Wow.
well.
How does that make you
Yeah,
feel that,
that's
it's like
crazy. That is
reverberated back to the original
crazy.
source?
Yeah, that's crazy to me. And Faluma originally is a cover of a song from Suriname, and people just kind of fell in love with the song. We didn't have any intention of recording it. We just learned it because we were going to Suriname on tour all those years ago, and we learned it. We played it at the concert, and we came back and started playing it on the circuit when we were on the circuit in Barbados. And it was the fans. They were like, "We don't know what y'all saying, but there's something about this song. Y'all need to record it."
Oh.
And we did. And we brought in the original group, and they were in the studio with us to make sure that we had got as much authenticity as we could. And the song just completely had and still has a life of its own. Like, I cannot perform unless I perform Faluma. Like, I feel like people would just pelt things on the stage if if I don't perform Faluma. It is. I performed in Mexico last year. How many times? Like twice, and then earlier this year, twice again, because of Faluma. They know Faluma in Mexico. Like, that's crazy to me. Faluma was number one in Guatemala for months when it
Wow.
first came out. So it's a song that has really penetrated into some markets that it's just crazy to me. I was told recently that my music is popular in Kenya. I didn't know this.
I believe
I,
that. It's
that's the
because you listen to it and you can hear like the different rhythms from different places. I'm like, soca can do that. Yeah, why not?
correct. So it's crazy. It's crazy. Like, there's markets out there that I am still excited to discover, to open up into more, because the music is there, but I've never been there as the artist. So they know the music, but they don't know the artist. So,
It speaks to the
there's still
unifying power
work
of your
for me to
music.
do.
It speaks to
What's that?
it speaks to the unifying power of your music.
Correct.
And
Correct.
it leads me to my next question. Is there anyone, within the soca genre or outside the soca genre worldwide that, you'd love to collaborate with?
Well, of course, I want to do something with Rihanna. Let me get that straight. Let me not be surrounded bush, you know.
You know
But
Rihanna?
of course, right now she is in mummy mode,
Yes.
getting ready to give birth to her third
Number
child.
three.
Wish her, wish she and ASAP all the best. I love the two of them. Love to see them together. I think that they are just a fantastic couple.
Mm.
They are, you can see the love, the respect, the friendship, the everything. You know what I mean? I'm happy for her and I'm happy for them. And I know she's a Caribbean woman. She's a hands-on mother. You know what I mean? Um, so I wish her all the best, that they have a successful birth of their third child. But yeah, at some point I would really love to do that collab. That's like my first choice. Um, I've been wanting to do something actually with Taurus Riley because I love
Mm.
his energy and
Hmm.
his vibe, and he's good people. So that's another one. Mashal and I actually, outside of our remix with Roll It Gal, we haven't done a legit collaboration. So that is something that I would like to bring to fruition and make that happen. I think that the King and Queen of Soca should, need to
About
do a thing.
about time, man. Come on.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's long overdue. Long overdue. Um, yeah. Um, and there's a couple of others. I did some collaborations when Bungie first came out. He and I
Hmm.
had a couple of songs very, very early in his career, but I would definitely love to do another collab with him all these years later because he's a different artist now.
Yeah.
He's more experienced, he's more established. I think that could be a really good collab. And Edwin Yearwood, the General.
Yes.
I would love definitely to do a collab with him. I think that would also be a very, very awesome track. I have something that um, with Lil Rick from Barbados, and we we did something, but we're gonna release it next year.
Uh-oh. You're teasing us, man.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Talk, talking and wrapping things up with Alison Hinds. I mean, you got some good projects that I hope that actually come to fruition. My friend Kay actually wanted me to ask you because although you don't necessarily seem like you're slowing down anytime soon, do you see yourself retiring anytime soon?
I don't see myself retiring. I see myself maybe pulling back in terms of the volume of performances
Mm-hmm.
because I also want to stretch into other directions and take the brand in in other directions in addition to what I'm already doing. So in the process of working on my podcast, so I'm excited about that. Getting to
Big up the podcast. What's the
interview.
name of it? What's your podcast name?
The podcast is going to be called Born with It.
Mm.
Yeah. So we're in the process. We're in the works of doing that, putting together what my guests are going to look like. We got some really good people. Once they say yes, ooh, podcast is going to be fire. It is going to be fire. But I don't want to jinx it. Um, but we're working on that. And I'm stepping into the motivational speaker space more as well, because that's something that I like to do. I like to be able to, inspire people and in whatever way that I can, using my own experiences in life, in career, all of that. So I'm stepping into that space and embracing that space more. And I'm also trying to get this a hairline, looking at putting together the Alison Hinds hairline as well.
Wow.
So there's a few things that are bubbling.
You don't slow down, man. You don't slow down at all.
No, no, got to do some other things. You know what I mean? Because the reality is too that we're all getting older,
Yes.
and I want to continue to perform, but I want to be able to perform, kind of transition that, perform in a different way. So all of that is transitioning and looking to still be busy, but be busy in other ways.
Hmm.
So my stage performances might be a little less,
Hmm.
but you can catch me in other spaces.
In other spaces, I could definitely see you as being a public speaker. I could see you being a preacher also. That's the way that like, the way you command. I love that. I mean, definitely, I could say definitely see you being a motivational person.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. I want everybody, who's listening to raise their hands, put them high in the air, clap loudly for Queen Alison Hinds, Queen of Soca Alison Hinds, or should I say Her Majesty Alison Hinds. Just want to sincerely thank you for giving our Studio 889 a few minutes of just like hearing you, just speak a few words, and then maybe, hopefully, they're going to get a chance to jump over to Boston Jerk Fest. They still got some time to check it out this whole weekend. It's going to be so festive and live. And I just wanted to say, we need more of your music that reminds us about love and unity and how much we're one big dance family. We must live as one. So thank you, Soca Queen Allison. And I hope you have an amazing day, show, and crop over as well.
Thank you so very much. Thank you for having me. It's been an absolute pleasure to be here in the Boston area, and I am excited, very excited for tonight. It is going to be all kinds of fire. So listen, I want to see the heels, no sneakers, flats,
Yeah.
sandals, whatever it is, because you're coming out to party. We ain't coming out to be in our phones. This is not that kind of show. Y'all get the first 5 minutes. First 5 minutes, you can film wherever you want. After that, it is fete time. I want to see eyes. I want to see hands, flags. That's what I want to see. I want people to work up a sweat. When you leave there tonight, you're supposed to feel like you lost 5 pounds.
Just 5, huh? Okay. Maybe give me 10 if I'm lucky. So give it up for the Rolling Gals yourself. Give it up for Alison Hinds. Definitely born with it. I definitely thank you. And I'm Mo Wilks from Studio 889 WERS ERS Plus. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you.